This is Going the Distance, the official podcast of SAE Super Mileage. Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. We got a lot to talk about this week. I'm Mike Sorg, the podcast and video producer with the SAE CDS series, and today we're going to be talking about the Supplier Showcase and Fall Kickoff virtual events happening at the end of this very month. And with me, we have two of our favorites from the SAE CDS team. Of course, Sara Guffey, as usual, back with us. How you doing, Sara?
Hey, everybody. Nice to be here.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think this is her podcast debut. Nicole Hicks is with us.
Hey, everyone.
And we didn't talk about this beforehand, but we've had Sara on so much. I feel like we should have a little get to know you on Nicole. Nicole, how long have you been with SAE, and what are you doing over there?
Hey, everyone. My name is Nicole. I actually have been with SAE International since last May, and I am the University Program Associate within the Collegiate Design Series, specifically within the Pre-Professional Education Department. And I have been helping with all kinds of CDS events, providing support, logistics, and any kind of operational needs.
Excellent. And of course, if you're a student that has been to any of the events over the last season, you've been at many of them helping out. So you're probably a familiar face to a few of our listeners already.
Yeah, so far. I mean, like I said, I'm pretty new to the CDS world, but so far it's been great. And I'm really enjoying going to these competitions and getting experience and getting to know everyone.
Fantastic. Well, today, like I said, we're getting into the Supplier Showcase, the Fall Kickoff virtual event coming up here at the end of the month. So first of all, when are the events? What's the basic information for these things? What's coming up here, Sara?
So the Supplier Showcase is on Thursday, October 28th, and the Fall Kickoff is on October 29th, which is Friday. So they're back to back, and some of you may be familiar with the Fall Kickoff. This is the second time that we are doing it. Last year was the very first time, and we everybody in the department thought it might be nice to have an event that kind of helps teams, both new and old, to know the ropes. Even teams that have been around for a really long time kind of struggle with succession planning in a way. We have brand new team members that join teams each and every year, and some of that traditional knowledge is just kind of lost. So we figured it would be good to have an event in the fall each year that kind of gives you some information to help you to be successful in the season ahead, and also kind of just make sure that you are as in the loop as possible. So that's what the Fall Kickoff event is about, and that is like I said, our second time hosting that particular event. But the Supplier Showcase is brand new. We have never done this before. And this kind of came from, we have a lot of equipment suppliers. So equipment suppliers are a lot of those sponsors that kind of provide a good or service that is valuable to Collegiate Design Series teams. And a lot of times they're not, big names. They don't get as much of attention. They don't get as much attention as some of our other sponsors. So we wanted to be able to really put on a session that highlights them and what they have. And the fall seemed like a really good time to do that since it's still early in the build and planning for all of you. So we wanted to kind of get out ahead of that. So some of the topics that are being covered in the Supplier Showcase, they vary based on the equipment supplier, but we have 9 different equipment suppliers participating this year that we're pretty excited about, and we have a couple more that are on the fence, so we may actually have a couple more that pop in before the 28th. So we're excited.
And of course, both of these events are actually provided free of charge to the students involved in CDS, correct?
Yes. So if you're on a team, whether you're a team member or a faculty, you can come participate. It's free. All you have to do is register. That's literally all you have to do and show up.
Just let us know you're coming so we can set a table for
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, definitely. And we have a lot of really great companies participating in the Supplier Showcase. Some that you guys are probably familiar with, like Altair, MathWorks, Multimatic, Siemens. But we also have some people that are a little bit new in the mix. Like we have Catalytic Combustion, Desktop Metal, Head Acoustics, Master Cam, VI Grade, and like I said, we have a couple more on the fence too. So we have a full agenda planned.
So of course these are going to be like how you kicked one of these events off last year. These are still going to be virtual events for everybody to attend, correct?
So we are actually utilizing a new platform this year. SAE International's events department actually introduced us to this platform. It's called Hopin. And so far, the functionality of it has been really great. It will operate super similarly to last year's events if you are familiar with it and attended last year. We'll have sessions that are both live and pre recorded. And right now we have them slotted for about an hour each. The supplier showcase, we have it slotted for an hour and 15 minutes just to give time for if there's any question answer period that happens afterwards. There's a chat function in the sessions, just like there was at Pathable. It's very, very similar, but we think you'll be happy with it. And also, it'll give you a little bit of insight into the platform if you are in one of the series that is having a virtual presentation this year, because a handful of the collegiate design series programs are still utilizing digital presentations this year, even though we're shifting back to kind of the traditional format of events. So anyway, it'll give you a little bit of a sneak peek into Hopin if you come attend the event. Just another reason to attend.
Yeah, and I believe I've used Hopin for other events. I can't remember if they're SAE or not, but I remember I've been really impressed with the really clean interface compared to some other, not to say Pathable, but even like other. Hey, we've been using a lot of event stuff over the last years and a half,
Mhm.
haven't we? So I think everybody's got a little bit of
Yeah,
experience
for
with these new
sure.
tools and new formats. So this will be another one. And hey, interfacing with these kinds of things. I mean, this is potentially going to be a norm, making more flexible in the future. So obviously, basically any of the teams should attend that's interested in learning from these, because I mean, this is a lot of information that's going to be beneficial to plenty of the teams across plenty of the competitions here coming up.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, so our supplier showcase is going to be a lot where they could go find information about products and services that can help them. But so this is going to be really valuable for teams, both new and old. I really do think there's something valuable for every single person, whether it's a new team member or somebody that's a senior that's been, to 3 competitions already. We have a little bit of something for everybody. One of the things I'm really excited about at the fall kickoff is our faculty advisor panels, which Nicole actually set up and has been working with a handful of advisors on. Nicole, you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, I can tell you some more about that. So, the point of creating these panels was to just give teams and advisors, kind of like across the board, the chance to learn from experienced advisors on topics such as recruitment, team management, and team succession plans. Specifically, I am hoping that the new or struggling teams and advisors can take advantage of these panels to learn and troubleshoot their problems or challenges that they have been facing in a given competition season.
Yeah, definitely. And similarly, we have a really, really great pre-recorded session that we did with Trent Lindblom, who is the faculty advisor of the Baja SAE team at Pittsburgh State University. And he's also the event organizer at the Baja SAE Kansas location that we've been to quite a few times. And Mike can actually probably speak to this a little bit. He helped us record it, but It was a really great session that I feel like new teams would really, really just benefit from. There's so much information in there that any team could take advantage of, but small schools, new teams, anybody that just even isn't exactly sure how to fund their project, how to get team sponsorship, how to really maximize their money for the season. He even has a really cool line in there about how to acquire sponsorship through donations too, which is something that I don't think a lot of people even consider. So there's some really, really great sessions going on in the kickoff that we're excited to share. And there's a lot more beyond what we even mentioned. We have some detailed walkthroughs of competition websites and processes, some information on how to access standards that are available to your team. And we even have a short video on SAE's vision of central mobility by our Executive Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, Raman Venkatesh. So there's just lots of exciting stuff to share, and we really hope that you come participate.
I think a lot of people don't know how to ask for money right off the bat, and I think that gives a lot of new angles for people that just may not just think about that. Because I mean, that's a hard thing if you're not used to asking for money for something like this. So I think it's a really good session to digest.
Yeah, between the faculty advisor panels and Trent's session about fundraising, there's really so much valuable information that teams can definitely take from it. Like you said, Mike, money's a weird thing, but it's definitely a skill that each team should work on.
We also have our Mobilist session that I recorded with Angela Kenner.
Yeah, it's going to be really good.
Yes, that'll be interesting. It will, it really covers all the features within Mobilist. We pretty much we covered everything from how to work it, what it is, how much it costs, ways a student could use it, and the benefits of it.
It really is something that you should try to have somebody from your team in attendance, at least one person. We always say this, at least send one person, but the more the merrier. We welcome all teams, even if you got a ton of people, bring them.
So is there anything else people need to know about this session before we get into it on the 28th and 29th of this month?
Not really. Like I said, it's welcome to teams new and old. There's something for everybody. Register. The sooner you can register, the better. We have it plastered everywhere, I will say. It's on the links to register are on the Hopin URLs for each site, and that's been shared on our news feed. It's on the social media. We'll be pushing it out a couple more times between now and then. So just keep your eyes peeled, and when you see that URL, please register.
Absolutely. And those links will be shared as part of this podcast post that you're listening to. Wherever you're listening to this podcast, just look in the show notes in the description, and those should be right there for you to click through. So we're making it as easy as possible for you to participate.
I will say, I want to add, if this is something that you guys enjoy, if you like having these sessions, please please make sure that you come and show your appreciation, especially with the Supplier Showcase. We have these sponsors that are coming, and I know that they appreciate your attendance and would love to hear feedback on what you think about their session if you want to keep having sessions like this. Hope to see you on the 28th and 29th.
I hope to see everyone there.
All right. It sounds like a great event. Looking forward to it, and hoping everybody from the teams participates and gets something out of this. I think there's a lot to get out of it, of course. So please go check that out. Check the show notes. Again, that is the Supplier Showcase on Thursday, October 28th, and the fall kickoff is Friday, October 29th. Links are in the description to this podcast, and we hope to see you there. And at the links, you can also see that schedule of who's going to be talking where, what are some of the subjects that are coming up in there, so you know a little bit even more about what you're going to be getting that day, too. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you, Sara.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next time. stay safe out there. Thank you for listening to Going the Distance, the SAE Super Mileage Podcast. As always, we want to hear from you, so email at collegiatecompetitions@sae.org. The show notes for this episode can be found at supermileage.fireside.fm. If you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe to this podcast on your favorite podcast platform. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Search for SAE Collegiate Competition Series.